where do you see Cessna competing with the very light jets, especially in the single engine market? And since you have such experience with single engine turbines, will we see a single engine jet from Cessna anytime soon?
Well, first to talk about the very light jet market, you know, we always early on had kind of downplayed that we weren't a very light jet. We were a extension of our Citation line and an entry-level jet, and at the end of the day, we have become a very light jet. It's been interesting to see how the market has been rationalized as far as what's the true price points and what's the true offerings. We feel really good that while we may have been perceived as the big Cessna, a little conservative, a little stodgy, and the Mustang being a little higher priced and maybe not as many features as what was being claimed, but at the end it proved out to be a winning design and a winning strategy. I do think that the new single-engine jets are exciting. I think I had mentioned to you before we started this interview. I came to Oshkosh kind of excited that we were going to watch pylon races with 4 single-engine jets going on, and that hasn't panned out. But I think everybody's still on track development-wise. It's just there's a little more humility in the development. People are being more cautious, not getting ahead of themselves and slowing down a bit. We're not currently planning on a single-engine jet. I mean, that's not in our future. When we acquired Columbia, we looked at how do we extend the product line through their existing singles, the 350, the 400. What's the next gap between the 400 and the Mustang? And we're looking real hard to see what the right answer is to fill that product gap. And one of the things that's really we're dependent on is what's the technology going to be. We got excited about the turbo diesel and where that may go. That's been set back to where we don't have an answer. We're going to wait, and we want the technology play. We want to make sure that we just don't build another Me Too kind of single-engine turboprop or single-engine jet, that we're going to see how the technology evolves and apply that to our next offering, which we have a few in work.
Cirrus aircraft have always been easy to fly. Now they're easier than ever to buy. A complete line of ownership programs gives you everything you need to purchase, trade, finance, lease, insure, and warranty your Cirrus. There's even an ownership program for non-pilots. The Cirrus Access Pilot can teach you how to fly or fly the plane for you. Find out more at www.cirrusdesign.com. Cirrus, for the love of flying.
A little bit over a year ago, the 350 and the 400 were the competition. Now they're kin. What are you learning from those airplanes?
Well, one of the things that we found is we have yet to market it as aggressively as we should have. There's still a lot of people that don't know that the former Columbia airplanes are now Cessna 350 and 400. So we've got to get some more traction in getting customers to become familiar and understand it's now a Cessna product. We have really found that the airplane is a fantastic design. There's nothing we've had to do to it. I mean, it hasn't needed to be changed. The original design is probably better than we originally even thought, which is good news. And you know, we're committed to then see how we can grow off of that particular platform. It's unfortunate that right now we've got high fuel prices and a slowdown, but we think as we come out of this and we get some real excitement around these products, our Cessnas, they're part of our family, that we're going to sell an awful lot of them, and we think there's some nice derivatives that can be had off of that platform.
Well, we're hearing some awfully good things from Columbia owners who, for several months, didn't experience the best customer service as Columbia went down the tubes, and now as Cessna 350 and 400 owners, they're really enjoying a new reality. It's been obviously a big switch to have to take over somebody else's problems. What can you talk about? Well, what can you say about that transition?
Well, you know, Columbia, when you're struggling to try to just produce what you've committed to, it's then hard to commit to making spare parts, and the customer support side can often get left behind in trying to meet the revenue target of the current production. We've got a lot of experience at that, and we committed to the owners early on that we would have ample spare supplies and that we would have service center networks trained and ready to support their airplanes. To help prove that we were ready to step up and do that, we invited the owners all to Wichita. We let them tour our spare parts facilities, meet all of our tech reps, see what we've done with the other products, and we think we've instilled in them that we really do have the capability to provide the support that they need. So we've kind of gotten that out of the way, and they're on board, and they're thrilled, and they're seeing it in action, getting the support they need. Now it's just a matter of of continuing with new customers to show them what the Cessna value proposition is.
Today, there is an affordable, high-performance, easy-to-own and easy-to-operate very light jet designed with you in mind. Far less expensive than any other twin-engine jet to buy, it is also the least expensive to own and operate. It is the Eclipse 500, the jet that's easy to buy, easy to fly, and fun to own. The jet for you.
And finally, any future to the NGP concept?
Well, the NGP, because of the acquisition, we decided to slow. Well, besides the acquisition, we also had the economy slowing us down, fuel prices, and the turbo diesel going by the wayside, because I really liked the 4-liter turbo diesel. I thought that would have been a great solution for the NGP. So we've decided to take a step back. Let's let the current times ride through here for a while and decide then what's the right family that will come out the other end. And I think, again, going back to what's the right technology, that airplane needs to be something that's going to be in the field for 20 years and not continually having to change. So we're looking at some very interesting possibilities of matching some technologies that people in engines and avionics that aren't out there today, and we're helping to develop.
If I can ask a general question, Oshkosh 2008, what's blowing your mind?
Well, something that's near and dear to your heart, that rocket racing. I was walking around and I saw that thing take off, and I looked up and saw the plume, and then when the engine shut off, my heart jumped out of my chest because I wasn't familiar with that's how it worked, and surprised, and the speed of that. I'm glad they brought the jetpack because that brought some excitement. The Icon LSA is a novel approach, but probably most importantly is that everyone's here. I mean, I was fearful flying, enjoying my flight here, and as I got closer, I went on air-to-air frequency. I heard more and more chatter, and I really thought that the attendance and number of airplanes would be down by at least 30%. And you land on Sunday, the campgrounds are packed, the flight line's packed, they're turning people away if they don't have reserved parking, and that was really refreshing. And to see people here and see that they're enthusiastic and they're committed to general aviation has been really the biggest plus for me this week.
Jack, we hope you had a good time at AirVenture 2008, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thanks, Jim. It's good to see you.